So what's happened is there's been this disconnect between where we come from and who we are. And even though there's plants all around them, they keep house plants and, et cetera, they don't, for the most part, know where any of that stuff comes from. It comes from the store. In 2008, I published my first book, and that was about using Western herbs in the Chinese medical paradigm. Now, some people resist that. They say, well, Chinese medicine, you use Chinese herbs. And I'll ask, why? There's many herbs that are not from China, that are very standard herbs in Chinese medicine. If you were to pick one thing in my career that's sort of the thing that I do or have done and will continue to do, that's it right there, is that process of integrating herbs from outside of China into Chinese medicine. I first came to China in 2004, so I was here for a few months and came back in 2007 for what I thought was going to be an 8-month visit. During that time, towards the end of that time, two things happened. I got a job offer, and I met the woman who's now my wife. The job didn't work out, but the girl did, so 4.5 years later, I'm still here. I always am passionate about what I'm doing. So when I look at a plant, I see all kinds of potential. We depend on plants for almost everything we do. Without them, we have nothing. We couldn't possibly live. This is a part of the reason why we have the garden. Because although the focus is medicinal plants, we'll also do some vegetables and culinary herbs and dye plants and other kinds of plants, so that we can bring kids to the garden, or they can come with their teachers, whatever, and they can learn about where all these things come from.
We chose a lot of medicinal plants with the flowers and beautiful flowers. Kids, when they come here, they can touch, they can smell, they can pick. Sometimes they can pick some leaves and the fruits and the flowers, and also they can learn how to plant.
I teach a class that is about, it's an introduction to Chinese herbal medicine. So it's an 8-class series, and there's 3 classes which are just sort of an introduction to the theoretical constructs of Chinese medicine, what yin and yang is, what qi is, things like that. A little bit about diagnosis. But of course, when it comes to certain cultural things, it doesn't matter that I've studied it. I didn't grow up here. And I occasionally make mistakes. There's times, of course, when I, want certain things, or want to interact certain ways with people or whatever that I can't do here. It's very difficult to do here. And that can be difficult, but mostly I think it's a great life. Yeah.